Right now, right as you're watching this, invisible waves are passing through your body. They come from your phone, your Wi-Fi, your laptop, your smartwatch, and even the wiring inside your walls. You don't see them, you don't hear them, but they might just be affecting the way your brain functions, the way you sleep, and even your long-term health. These waves are called EMFs, electromagnetic fields, and we're about to walk through what they are, how they've exploded in our lives, the real effects they might be having, and how you can protect and heal your body naturally. Stay tuned, and we will expose EMFs and give you tips on how to decrease your everyday exposure. So first, EMFs, or electromagnetic fields, are energy waves that come from every device that uses electricity or wireless signals, from power lines and Wi-Fi to cell towers and our phones. You could think of them like invisible currents in the air and inside electrical systems. There are natural sources too, like the Earth's magnetic field, but the kind we interact with every day are man-made, techno-generated EMFs that didn't exist until the last century. For nearly all of human evolution, humans lived without this kind of constant artificial radiation. Then, in the 20th century, electricity entered homes. Soon after, radios, televisions, and eventually mobile phones and wireless internet. Technologies that emit EMFs continuously. By the time we hit the late 1990s and early 2000s, something shifted. Wireless signals became ubiquitous. We went from rare exposures to constant background EMFs from multiple devices, 24 hours a day. Modern wireless EMFs operate at high frequencies, especially with cellular signals, Wi-Fi, and the newest technologies rolling out like 5G, and soon 6G testing is underway. While regulators have long claimed that radiation like this can't harm us because it doesn't heat tissue, newer research suggests they can still influence biological processes. These fields can disrupt cellular signaling, affect voltage-gated calcium channels, and increase oxidative stress, a type of cellular damage linked to aging and chronic disease. And it's not just tiny effects. Independent authors of Invisible Threat: The Hidden Dangers of EMFs argue that EMFs disrupt cellular function, damage DNA, and could contribute to cancer, neurological disorders, infertility, and developmental issues, especially in children. Now that happening 24/7 in your home, your workplace, your pocket, your child's backpack. This is where the controversy really kicks in. Official safety guidelines haven't kept pace with technology. Many are based on standards created before Wi-Fi and 5G even existed, meaning they don't fully consider long-term, low-level exposure or biological effects. And while industry regulators often insist these fields are safe, thousands of independent studies have suggested otherwise. For example, the International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC, has classified some EMF radiation as possibly carcinogenic, meaning there's enough evidence to take concerns seriously. Let's break down 5 of the most concerning effects that researchers and independent observers highlight. 1. DNA damage and oxidative stress. EMF exposure may trigger oxidative stress and DNA strand breaks, a mechanism linked to aging, cell damage, and increased disease risk. 2. Cancer risk. Animal studies and human epidemiology have linked prolonged EMF exposure, especially from heavy phone use, to increased risk of tumors, including brain cancer. 3. Neurological and developmental impacts. Children's developing brains are more vulnerable due to thinner skulls and rapid growth. Some researchers tie prenatal and childhood EMF exposure to ADHD, anxiety, and cognitive challenges. 4. Sleep and hormone disruption. EMFs interfere with melatonin production, our sleep hormone, which can lead to insomnia and poor sleep quality. 5. Stress response and anxiety. Chronic exposure can stimulate stress pathways in the body, potentially leading to anxiety, fatigue, and mood imbalance. And though acute symptoms vary between individuals, some people report what's called electrosensitivity, real physical responses like headaches, dizziness, and fatigue near EMF sources. This is where empowerment begins. Because of our knowledge, we can reduce our exposure. Research suggests that reducing exposure, improving cellular resilience, and bolstering the body's antioxidant systems may help mitigate biological stress. These four powerful antioxidants, glutathione, vitamin C, magnesium, and melatonin, are linked to cellular repair and protection against non-thermal EMF effects. Just as we can reduce chemical toxins, we can apply strategies to support our body from EMF stress. What more can we do to support ourselves? Here are 5 ways to naturally support EMF detox and healing. Let's break it down. 1. Antioxidant-rich foods. Certain plant foods are rich in antioxidants that help neutralize free radicals, the harmful molecules that can be generated by EMF interaction. Beets, dark leafy greens, plums, and more. Check out the description below for the full list of examples of these beneficial foods. 2. Nutrient support foods high in magnesium, vitamin C, and polyphenols support cellular protection against oxidative stress. Spinach, citrus fruits, berries, nuts, and seeds are great examples. 3. Distance and device hygiene. Put physical space between your body and EMF sources. Speakerphone instead of holding the phone to your head. Turn off your Wi-Fi at night, and avoid sleeping next to your devices. 4. Grounding, earthing. Walking barefoot on the earth can ease the full body, reduce inflammation, and help discharge from electrical buildup. 5. Lifestyle balance. Sunlight exposure for circadian rhythm, adequate sleep, and stress reduction practices help the body regulate hormones and repair itself after daily EMF stress. In the description below, we have more links to foods, studies, and guidance for building a routine around these practices. EMFs aren't a conspiracy, they're a modern reality. Whether you're cautious or skeptical, the science on biological interaction with EMFs is growing, and there's enough evidence to warrant awareness and care. You don't have to stop using technology. You do have the ability to reduce exposure and strengthen your health foundation with nutrition, habits, and daily practices rooted in natural biology. Check the description for all the sources, food lists, and reference studies mentioned today. If you learned something new, like this video and click subscribe for future deep dives on science, health, and modern strategies for optimal living. Because in a world of invisible forces, your best defense is knowledge in action. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe to Long Life Path. Stay tuned for more stories. Long Life Path, peace. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.